A single computer chip will replace the work done in an entire office building. As crazy as what I just said sounds, it is, in my opinion, completely plausible and most likely to happen. Now, granted, it's not going to replace all work done by humans because obviously some fields have lots of regulations, for example, being a lawyer or, a doctor and things like that. Even if the task can technically be done by an AI, someone has to take responsibility, so there will always be a human in the loop. But with that being said, human work slowly and inefficiently, work that takes a human one day will be completed in 1 minute by AI, replacing 500 human workers in an 8-hour day. Absolute insanity. As crazy as this sounds, I think it's not only plausible, but this is really what's going to happen. Now let me present to you the evidence as to why I believe this is going to happen. So check this out. This is 2.5 years of AI progress. As you can see here, this is obviously Will Smith eating pasta back in 2023, obviously AI. But here now in 2025, it's still uncanny and it looks like AI. But if you would swipe through this real quick, you're not able to tell it's AI. And the older generation, boomers, etc., they can't really tell that this is AI. It's pretty much over, right? And now we're just refining the details, and we can even include audio as well. So you would really believe that this is Will Smith eating pasta. Now, I can already hear your argument saying, I've never had anyone give me a reasonable answer as to why this benefits society at all. And look, I'm on your side. I'm not pro AI, to be honest, especially stuff like this, because obviously it's used a lot to scam, etc. But regardless of our opinion, this is just not going to stop because these are AI models that you can run locally on your machine and train locally, etc. So you can't really stop this, right? Okay, these probably need, huge clusters to train, but you get the point, right? Somewhere around the world, someone will train it. So if these are banned in, let's say, USA or Europe, China's still going to keep going and China's going to win. And so that's why I believe this is not going to stop anytime soon. And I'm building up to something. Just trust the process. A new paper for researchers finds that generated AI created ads see 90% click-through rate, higher click-through rates than human created ads. So this is showing that AI, because AI is aesthetically more pleasing. I mean, look at this video right here. It's aesthetically more pleasing. And especially as we progress and these social media websites will reinforce, right? Whatever goes viral, whatever gets a lot of views and clicks, that's probably going to train the AI. Okay, this is what humans want to see. So the AIs are going to learn over time more and more what is aesthetically pleasing. I mean, try to generate an ugly person with an AI. I haven't tried it, but from what I've seen people tell me, it's essentially impossible for AI to generate an unattractive person, which is kind of ironic. But this is showing that the AI understand human aesthetics, or it just understands what we like, and it just turns out that it makes sense. So what, in my opinion, is going to be the end goal of this stuff? So right now, it's very primitive, but the end goal, in my opinion, will be the generation of content so pleasing that it just keeps going. Imagine a perpetual show, a show that you really like, and it just keeps going and going and going, and there's no end to it. And new characters are added, and new storylines are added, and it just keeps going infinitely. And there's also a camera that is facing you and I. And this camera is reading your expressions. And if it sees that your expressions are positive, then it gives a positive signal to this thing to keep going. And if it sees that you're getting bored or you're starting to look away or whatever, it gives a negative signal to change what you're showing, show something else. And then with this loop in mind, think TikTok except on freaking steroids, okay? TikTok on steroids is, in my opinion, the end goal of these video generation models, right? So this is, in my opinion, what's gonna happen. And this has been prophesized by one of the movies, I think it was WALL-E is what it was called. And you'll see people who are sitting on this chair and just constantly watching their content. I am afraid to say that this is probably the end goal, the end reality. But we're going to take it a step further. This is just the entertainment, right? But it's going to go further than that. Check this out. This is ARC-AGI 2. This is an evaluation. This is how we're trying to measure, to the best of our ability, try to measure how close are we to artificial general intelligence? And as you can see, the models were so bad. I mean, look at this. This is GPT 4o mini. This is GPT 4.5. It's not doing well at all in this ARC-AGI 2 evaluation. But here is the catch. Now these new models are getting better and better and better. And now we have surpassed the average human test taker. And this is significant, okay? Because I'm assuming the bias in these average human test taker is probably smarter people. This is probably not, some guy who is, not very intelligent. I'm going to assume the people taking these tests, it's already biased towards a little bit more intelligent people. So I'm going to guess the average human test taker, the real average, if you would really test all humanity, is probably over here somewhere, or maybe even lower. And so, but even if you don't assume that, even if you just take it at face value and the average human test taker truly represents the average human, then we have already passed it. Who passed it? Well, it's Poetic, and this result has been verified by ARC-AGI because they verified the test results. And so this is fully verified now. And Poetic is a business that builds on top of existing large language models. And so that's why you see Poetic, and then in parentheses, you see different agents and different large language models. And it doesn't really matter. What matters is that they have beaten the average human test taker. Now, what do these tests look like? So this is ARC-AGI 2, and I did make a video about this earlier, but this is ARC-AGI 1, and this has been beaten by all the models. And as you can see, it's kind of like an IQ test-ish style type of deal. And this is ARC-AGI 2, which is more complex, okay? The patterns are more complex. It's not as easy to identify. Now, this is probably going to be beaten by probably next year, right? Or at least very close to be fully saturated and essentially no longer a challenge. And thus, they're already working on ARC-AGI 3, and the current models cannot even begin with ARC-AGI 3. This is more interactive. This is kind of like a game. The rules are not clear. And for a human, this is pretty simple. If you give this to a human, they relatively quickly figure out, okay, what am I supposed to do with this? But for models, large language models, this is still very hard. So I think that once this is beaten, I think most people would agree that we've reached, I guess, AGI, but instead of the large, the capital G, it'll probably be AGI, the small letter G. At least I would feel confident in saying, okay, we're kind of on the doorstep or very close to AGI. And most labs have actually agreed that we're probably going to reach AGI, that we only probably need a few more innovations like Attention is Everything, the white paper produced by Google, which launched this large language model boom. I think 1 or 2 more innovations have to be made for the next step to be reached, but it might actually be delayed just because so much money is invested in these labs that nobody wants to, release everything publicly. They're afraid that they're going to lose their edge. Now, the last thing that has to be won is money, right? So here we're talking about intelligence. So think, solving certain problems, whilst here it's entertainment, which is obviously very important. These are the pillars that are building to what I'm going to conclude with. So entertainment, knowledge, wisdom, insight, problem solving is being solved. And then the last thing is money. Money is a very difficult problem due to the uncertainty about the future. So you have to really predict really, really well. And it has now, or it is in the process of being solved. So these models were granted 10K to begin with, and most of them at this point, because this is perpetually going, are, in the positive right now. So slowly, this is another area where we're competing, right? All these competitions in the beginning doesn't look that impressive, but it is getting very impressive. So Grok 4.2 is the winner, up 12% on average. Grok 5.1 came in second, and Gemini came in third. Doesn't really matter what these models are, but the fact that the models are now good enough, or at least getting close to being good enough, that you can just give them money and look away, is a sign of what is potentially to come in the future. So all trades and models outputs are 100% verifiable. So you can go ahead and verify this stuff yourself. It is insanity. So what do I think is the future? So in the future, I think this is what we're going to be dealing with, okay? Life OS is, in my opinion, the long-term goal of these models. So what is Life OS? Life OS will be a mixture between artificial intelligence, augmented reality, right? Or a virtual reality plus blockchain. Now, AI is self-explanatory. Augmented reality would mean that the virtual world will be represented and blockchain will make it real, because blockchain is the first introduction of digital scarcity. You cannot copy paste Bitcoin, right? But you can copy paste everything else, a picture, etc. You can't really tell which one was the original, but blockchain adds a history and thus brings about digital scarcity. And also operates 24/7. You don't have to wait for the banks to close. Like I showed you earlier, LLMs, large language models, already starting to deal with money. They're not going to be waiting or for a bank to open it, this and that. Machines are going to operate in the machine world, and blockchain is the best representative of the machine world. And so what is it going to look like? Well, I think in the future, you're pretty much going to say to your machine, your AI, you're going to say, okay, I want to be a doctor. And then your machine is essentially going to plan out your entire life, right? So it's going to use its wisdom to make a plan, and then it's going to track this plan. It's going to track your movement and decide whether what you're doing is correct or not. If it's correct, it keeps guiding you. It'll give you positive feedback. If it's incorrect, it's gonna give you negative feedback, tell you, you're going the wrong way. And you can even change your plans midway and everything else. It's gonna be very flexible, very intelligent. It's gonna manage your wealth, right? So your wealth will be managed by this AI. And it'll, invest and everything else. And of course, it'll have your entertainment, right? Think about that. So it'll be your whole world, okay? So this will be pretty much, sad to say, but probably your best friend. Think about that, right? It's gonna be your best friend. All of this sounds crazy, but I'm telling you, I think this is coming. And it's gonna be your best friend. And you're, of course, going to have probably friends in real life, but it's going to be such a superficial level of friendship compared to what we have now, because the AI is going to give you a history. Oh, this, when you meet someone, it's going to say, oh, this is Paul. You met him last week. This is his history. Da, 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 da. It's going to advise what to tell him. And, tomorrow is it a big event for him? You should probably buy something for. So it's going to be, the AI is going to be your closest friend. It's going to show you a world with this augmented or digital world, and it's going to manage your wealth via blockchain. It's going to trade it all for you in the background. So this, I think, it's the future, the live operating system. Whatever company or companies will manage this will be the new Apple type of thing. And hey, I know it sounds scary, but to be honest, I don't think that there's much we can do to stop this. It is what it is. Now, do you think I'm right? Do you think I'm wrong? Are you excited? Are you scared? Let me know in the comment section below. And I want to give a special shout out to the Patreons. Salute, soldier.